I think one of the greatest mercies of God that we see concretely in our world today is the fact that God is allowing Mary to appear to humanity. In many different places, in many different countries, throughout these last several centuries, she's become more common than ever. She's appearing under different titles, with different appearances, but it's the same Mary. And I say this is one of the greatest mercies of God because what is the message that she brings to us? She comes with love. She comes with that motherly tenderness. And she is encouraging her children to turn back to God. I remember when I was 18 years old, trying to think how many years ago that would be, 17 years ago, I picked up a book about Marian apparitions, and it was talking about Mary appearing in Garabandal and Medjugorje and Fatima and Lourdes, some of the more common ones, but also some of the ones that we haven't heard so much about. And what really struck me was the fact that she was talking about the times that we're living in. And she continues to talk about the need for repentance. That if we don't wake up, God will send a chastisement. Or maybe we don't even have to bring God into this. Maybe just it will be humanity destroying one another. Right? But that call is constant. The need for conversion. The times we're in. And that should make us all think about our own lives. I remember when I read that book, it struck me so hard that I couldn't live in the same way anymore. It's an 18-year-old teenager, kind of crazy, but I realized I can't live like everyone else. I have to turn to God. And so I just make that invitation to you all on this day that we celebrate Our Lady of Mount Carmel. Now, she appeared not so recently, but she also has a message of love for her children. And when she came, she talked about these scapula, the brown scapula. I don't know how many of you know about that devotion or wear the scapular, but if you don't know much about it, basically Our Lady came and had the promise that whoever wears this piece of cloth will not suffer eternal fire. In other words, will not go to hell. That's a pretty big promise. I wear a scapular. And it's not just a good luck charm. It's not just something, an amulet or anything like that. There's a lifestyle that goes along with that. But the promise is those that wear the scapular will not suffer eternal fire, and they will be taken from purgatory to heaven the Saturday after their death. Again, huge mercy of God. Huge mercy of God. But I say this goes along with our lifestyle because it's not just something we wear and then we forget about it. It's a sign of our belonging to Mary. It's a sign of our love for Mary. And so obviously, they ask that, the church asks that those that wear the scapular also pray the rosary daily as a sign of that belonging to Mary. And if they, if you or if we complete those prerequisites or those conditions, we enjoy that promise. What a beautiful, beautiful thing. So I just encourage you on Our Lady's feast day, when we celebrate Our Lady of Mount Carmel, to consider the role of Mary in your life. Also consider wearing the scapular and being enrolled in the scapular. But think about just the need for that maternal care. She cares about us so much that she's coming down from heaven to call her children back to God. What is the role of Mary in your life? Where is Mary in your heart?